The last bit of coffee from my favorite mug. So what do I do with the empty coffee container that the coffee came in? Well, I think we can tweak it and turn it into a boxcar for a train, a decorative train. The Cappuccino Choo Choo is heading our way. Join me, will you? Today we're going to tweak a coffee container. This was an idea that I got. I drink a lot of coffee, so I had a lot of these containers kicking around. Didn't want to recycle them because I thought they can be turned into something more fun, and I came up with the Boxcars. So we're going to start with the Boxcar. We're going to alter this coffee can to look like this. And here we go. Supplies include MDF wood, Velcro, dowels, and wood glue. Once you have your container cleaned and the label removed, we're ready to drill some holes to add dowels for the wheels. And to do that, we create a template. This template, just a rough draft, was the front. We determined that the cap area is going to be the front of the car. We make a dot there for the front and a dot here. I'm going to turn it over as I'd like the dowel to match up on the other side, and flip the template over, and we have our front and back. So now I know where on the piece I'm going to put the holes through the plastic. This isn't a tough thing to do, but do be careful. We're using a drill, and I leave the lid on to give a little more stability. And just very gently, you don't have to push hard. Done. And I give a little extra. And again, back here. We have our holes drilled, and now we're going to remove the lid, set it aside, and we're going to cover this in felt. We're going to drape it over. There's a line running the middle of this container, and I'm going to use that as a guide and help pull the fabric up and around the container in that way. Now we need to repunch the holes so that we can go back in and add the dowels. For this I use a very sharp little scissors, and be careful. Find the hole and just give a very quick punch. I wiggle it around a little bit, and then what I try to do is pull up some of the fabric and give it a little snip, and what you'll do is you'll end up creating a little more of a hole. It'll make it easier for the dowels to go through. Complete that on each side. Good to go. Now we're going to add our dowels. Take a wooden dowel and push through. This is where I look on the inside, find the other hole, and voila, you're done. Push it on through and get your second one and do the same. Oh, that went very nicely. Now we're set to add some wheels. The wheels are made by MDF board, and this is how you cut them out. So what I'm going to do now is, I've got the dowels in, I'm going to place the wheels on, see how they're going to go. And I think we've got a good fit here. This is good. So what I want to do then is put some wood glue on the base of that, attach all the wheels, and then we'll follow up with a little decorative washer to keep them in place. When all that glue is dried, then we will take a saw and cut off the excess dowel. And here we go. So while those dry, before I can saw off the excess here, I'm going to go ahead and put on the windows. I took the felt, I glued on the window size that I liked, cut it out, and now I'm going to place it on the boxcar. I'm going to get a general area of where the window goes, and then I'll affix it better later on as the wheels dry, because I really don't want to displace the wheels. So the next step is to take the lid, put it back on, but glue it back on so it's not going to come off. So say goodbye to the innards, we're covering them up. Going around the edge. The lid. And once you got it popped back on, that's a very pretty way, I think, to put a front on a boxcar. Now we're going to take our little strip of Velcro, take it apart. Okay, now let me look at my little guy here. The fuzzy side of the Velcro goes on the front, and the shinier side goes on the back. So when you line up the cars, they will attach to each other. So fuzzy side on the front. We pull that stickum off, and I'm going to simply roll this onto itself. Not real tight, because I'd like it to be a little bit of like a Swiss cake roll. I want it to have a little bit of volume to it so that I can affix and give it enough space to latch onto the car in front of it. So we've got that there. I'm going to add a liberal amount of glue. We've got our boxcar done. Isn't he cute? Let's find out if he hooks up properly with the other. And he does. Boxcar's done. Cute as heck. Next comes the fun part. We're going to take the same coffee containers and we're going to make an engine. And here's the engine. And let me show you how we're going to do that. We're going to take one of the coffee containers and I cut out a space so that the other can fit inside. This is the front where the lid goes, and I pushed them in to each other and had holes drilled to place the dowels. Push the dowel through both pieces. That's a bit of a challenge to push it through two sections, but got it. So we know that part is going to work, and we're going to make sure the front, take the dowel, push through. Easier to push through just one set of plastic than two. So there we have it. That's the basic chassis, and the dowels are the wheels. Next, I'm going to pull this one out, but I'm going to leave this one back here. Cover this in felt now, and that's what we're going to do next. With the dowels again in place, add some wood glue, install the big wheel, add the decorative washer, next followed by the smaller wheel. Hot glue a second washer to complete the back wheel. To install the smaller front wheel, put glue on the dowel, slide on the wheel, hot glue the decorative washer, and let it set. Hot glue the smokestack on in position. Add windows. Hot glue the lid onto the front. Create a cow catcher, which is made of another coffee can lid with some foam and fabric. To create the headlights, add a glob of glue, then gently drop a washer on top of it. Embellish the top, and then add a door to the back of the engine. A wooden popsicle stick person looks out from the back. Finish off by cutting away the excess dowel. And there you have it, another engine made out of a coffee tin. We're going to call this the Cappuccino Choo Choo. And since there are two engines, let's see how he stacks up next to his friend. Ooh, he's a little fancier. Unhook them. This engine gets a rest. Did you see the little person on the back? And we hook them up. Get out of the way, engine. And woo, they actually roll along. That's pretty cool. What a cute decoration for any child's room, for any holiday. You could add stuff to it. This just goes to show, if you have something that you can turn into something else, give it a tweak, you'll end up with a really cute decoration. This year, I was thinking of putting names in the boxcars, which would be really fun for grandkids or any kid's room. But if you like what you've... Oh, what do I hear? Oh, outro. Are you here again? Yes. You're always hanging around, aren't you? What do you think? Do you want to chase it around the house? Okay, we have to push it though, it doesn't go on its own. Okay, well, you're fine. So if you enjoyed what you've seen here today, we have, then please subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and leave us a comment. I want to know if your Cappuccino Choo Choo rolls through your house. So what do we say now?
See you next time.